and live on Facebook. All right. All right, everybody, welcome to race number 2 of the IACT Winter Warm-Up Series. I am Nick Mumley, and alongside me in our virtual broadcast booth, my good friend Michael Stridesberg. And Michael, tonight it's 100 laps in the Getaway by the Bay 100 at Thompson.
Yes, but first you got to qualify. 4 heats and a consolation round to set a 22-car starting field for the Hideaway at the Bay 100. Heat 1 now on the track. Looks like they're getting the one to go with the line, so let's meet the starting grid.
Starting on the pole, Tony Quadros in the number 12, the Hideaway by the Bay machine. To his outside, Casey Beatty. Then Lucas Sidney in the 68, and Matt Pepin in car number 56.
JJ Goodboot in car number 92 is going to go next on the grid, and then you're not seeing double. It's Cameron Beatty. Camby will start 6th in the 45C. Then the 72, that is today going to be a sub-driver, Kyle Goodboot, subbing for Ryan Kuhn. The 55, Randy Cole Jr., as we go green.
And the green flag is out. We are racing in heat number 1 here at Thompson. Tony Quadros on the inside, going to get a little bit beyond Beatty. Oh, when they're wrecking out back. Caution possibly coming out here. Cars spinning down the backstretch here on lap number 1 of the heat race. Cooper Bouchard, Randy Cole, and others involved in this incident. Looks like we're staying green, though. Everybody figuring it out as they go back through turns 1 and 2.
Kyler Davis and Bob Eldred also involved in that one, but everybody gets it going, and we'll make a correction. Nick, looks like it's going to be 2 heats tonight, so coming around a complete lap number 2, it is the 45. Casey Beatty leading 10 cars to transfer into the main event from this one.
Casey Beatty out in front. In second, that's Tony Quadros. As we look a little bit further back in the field from the helicopter view, you see the 68. That's Lucas Sidney, the Strictly Mini competitor at White Mountain. To his inside, a late model competitor at White Mountain. That's Kyle Goodboot in the 72, racing that machine for last week's winner, Ryan Kuhn. Goodboot's going to have to come from the back tonight, no matter where he qualifies. He will have to come from the 22nd starting position as he makes the move on the inside of the racetrack. He's going to clear Lucas Sidney into turn number 3.
But still trying to pick up as many points as he can for Ryan Kuhn in this heat race as the yellow flag has come on the speedway. Caution flag out with 4 laps complete in this 10-lap heat race.
Looks like Cam Beatty in the 45 has spun around on the backstretch. And we have our first caution of heat number 1.
Cameron Beatty rejoining at the rear of the field. 4 down, 6 to go in this qualifying heat. Nick, race 2 of the season, and second straight week, drivers have to race just to get into the show here for the latest season of the GossCars.com IACT Winter Warm-Up Series.
Yeah, there is a lot of drivers attempting to qualify for the Hideaway by the Bay 100, but only 22 will start. 20 will qualify in through our qualifying heat races, and then the last chance qualifier will qualify the final 2 positions on the field. Lights still on our iRacing pace car as Casey Beatty leads the way with the 12 of Tony Quadros there, and we have someone's going to the back of the field here. We'll see what's going on here in just a moment. Looks like Matt Pepin is going to be given the EOL penalty in the 56 machine. So Pepin will make his way to the back of the field with only 10 laps in these heat races, Michael. It is going to be ultra important to stay in a correct lane and not have to face any sort of penalties, because it could just wreck your night. We are sending cars home tonight, so it's going to be tough to make the show if you're getting EOLs.
Indeed. Keep an eye on that transfer position as we get ready to go back racing. Matt Pepin's misfortune was Cooper Bouchard's good fortune as the 7 car moves into the final transfer position. Randy Cole, after that early spin, now 1 spot out of the money, but it's going to be Casey Biaggi, the 45, the 12 of Tony Quadros, leading them back to the green.
And what a jump for Biaggi in car number 45. He leads the field by multiple car lengths into the corner. You see Goodboo gets way high, slides back, gives up a couple of positions. Some jockeying for position right behind him. We got JJ Goodboo in the 92 and Alan Young in car number 24. Look at the move from Goodboo back to the inside of Sydney, trying to regain the position as they head for 1.
Alan Young, the 24, as the caution comes out, it looks like we got a spin in turn number 1, Nick. A couple of cars involved. It looks like the 55 of Pepin and the 45 of Cameron Biaggi into it again as the yellow flag comes out with 6 laps complete in this one. And just to finish the thought on the 24, Alan Young, he's looking for some redemption this week. It was him and Aiden Young, his brother. 2 cars failed to qualify for last week's IACT Milk Bowl. Alan Young firmly in the transfer spot as we stand, as we take a look at the replay of what happened. The 56 Pepin into the back of Cameron Biaggi, looks like entering turn 1.
Yeah, Matt Pepin getting into the back of Cameron Biaggi there for the second caution. As we are getting ready to go 1 to green here, it looks like, with Casey Biaggi and Tony Quadros leading the way. So the top 10 drivers will qualify for the feature here tonight. Cooper Bouchard, as you mentioned, Michael, in that last transfer spot. Randy Cole Jr. in the 55 trying to take it down. He's currently in 11th. Lights are off on the pace car. They double up on the backstretch, and we're getting ready to go back green.
Yep, one eye on the front for the battle for the lead, and the other eye on the back for the 10th and final spot. It will once again be Casey Biaggi, the 45, choosing the outside line, the preferred lane on the restarts here at Thompson. Quadros on the inside in the 12. Then Sydney and Goodboo. Green flag, and here comes Goodboo already in the 72 looking for second spot.
What a move from Kyle Goodboo in car number 72. He's driving that thing just like Kuhn did. There's contact off the corner. Car in the wall is Sydney. They all gather it up and head down for turn number 3. 3 wide through the corner as Bob Eldred sticks his nose in there.
Bob Eldred had some tough breaks last week, got spun out of a qualifying spot in the final lap of the heat, had to race into the beam, was fighting from behind the whole night. Looking much better so far, as up ahead of him they are still wheel to wheel for that number 2 spot. The 72 of Kyle Goodboo and the 12 of Quadros. Goodboo almost had him clear, but back comes Quadros as the white flag is out.
White flag waves for Casey Biaggi. It's a runaway for the 45, but Kyle Goodboo has taken second from Tony Quadros. An impressive run up through the field for Kyle Goodboo, subbing for Ryan Kuhn tonight. He will have to start last, but he's in the show. Casey Biaggi wins heat number 1. Kyle Goodboo in second. Tony Quadros, Alan Young drives to 4th. Dan Sidney, or Lucas Sidney, I should say, holds on for 5th in heat number 1.
And 6th through 10th also transferring into the main event. We have the 13 Ty Delphia, another 13 in Bob Eldred, JJ Goodboo, Kyler Davis, and Cooper Bouchard. Randy Cole Jr., Cam Biaggi, and Matt Pepin will all be going to the last chance race as the field heads to the grid for heat number 2.
Heat number 2, getting ready to go. Michael, let's take a look at our starting lineup.
Yes, let's do that. On the pole, former IACT winner at the virtual Thompson Speedway, the 04 is Justin Prescott. Will lead him down alongside the 70 for the former Milton Cat American Canadian Tour crew chief Brock Rouse. On the inside of row number 2, that is that's Jake Brown, the 49. Gary Eldred in the 08, he is the one on the outside.
On the inside of row number 3 will be Eric Steele. For Horse Dog Motorsports, he is coming back to the street stocks at Thunder Road this year. Tis outside one of our unlucky non-qualifiers from last week, Aiden Young. Then on the inside of row 4, it's the spotter for Gabe Brown, Dave Weir, and Hayden Bushy in the 15.
Car number 9, that is Jason Ricker, the head technical inspector at the Thompson Speedway in the real world, but in the virtual world at the controls. Will come out of the 9th spot. Then the 3 of Mike McCaskill. The 08 is former IACT winner Richie Murray, 77 Brandon Lambert, and riding shotgun, the 3rd number 13 of the night, that is Lukey Shannon. Car number 13 will ride shotgun.
And that is how they will line up for the green flag here tonight. Prescott on the inside, Rouse on the outside, and they are coming to green.
Justin Prescott sets the pace. Oh, they got some bumper tag in the middle of the pack. The 15 of Bushy, the 3 McCaskill get into it. Looks like everybody's going to keep rolling, though. The 04 Prescott to the early lead. Jake Grout on the inside looking for the runner-up spot.
Jake Grout to the inside of Brock Rouse in car 70. A little bit of contact there through the center of the corner. Grout trying to get up to second. Rouse kisses the wall off of turn number 4, and they head back down for turn 1 with Eric Steele now starting to put the pressure on the outside on Grout.
The Horse Dog trying to make it roll on the outside, but Grout has the lane covered. Steele will settle into 4th, and the 47 Dave Weir putting the spot on him, but falls back in the 5th spot. They are plenty racy behind him, though. Remember, top 10 transfer into the main event. We got the 69 of Aiden Young in it, the 08 of Gary Eldred, and more trying to fight for a transfer position.
Aiden Young on the outside there takes the spot over Gary Eldred, who's now going to fall back to 8th position. Now facing pressure from Lukey Shannon in the 13. Shannon's going to dive way to the bottom of the racetrack. Eldred's going to have the advantage off of turn 2 here, but Shannon does a good job to keep it tight to the 08. But look out for Richie Murray in the 08 machine. The other 08, the green and black 08, as Richie Murray, like you said, a former ACT winner, or IACT winner, as Shannon goes spinning to the infield. We are going to stay green for the moment. Shannon spins down the front stretch and staying green here at Thompson.
Shannon and the 08 of Eldred slap doors on the front stretch. Shannon able to get it going, but he has now got a scramble as laps are winding down. They are just about to take the halfway. Actually, they did just take the halfway for Justin Prescott, your leader. 5 down, 5 to go as we watch the 9 of Ricker, the 08 of Richie Murray, the black one, also making some moves on your screen as well, trying to move up in the order and get himself a better starting spot for tonight's Hideaway by the Bay 100.
Richie Murray up to P8 on the racetrack. Gary Eldred falls back tonight. Brandon Lambert now in control of the final transfer spot in the 77. Hayden Bushy on the comeback trail after being involved in the incident in the first lap, coming to green. He's back in 11th. Mike McCaskill back in 12th, as some of the field here is going to just have to wait for the LCQ while Justin Prescott leads the way here with 8 laps complete.
2.5 laps to go. Watch the 77 and the 15. That is going to be the fight for the final transfer spot as they come to the popsicle sticks at the line. The 77 Lambert, late model racer, has it. Hayden Bushy, the runner-up in the street stock standings at Thunder Road this past season, trying to take it away. Looks to the inside out of 2. Nothing there. They're going to be coming to 1 lap to go, Nick. It is now or never for Hayden Bushy.
Hayden Bushy dives it deep through turn 3 and 4. They're even coming down the front straightaway. Lambert's going to get a bit of an advantage, but Bushy once again drives it extra deep into turn number 1, trying to get it to stick. The outside lane, the preferred lane here at Thompson. Looks like Bushy's going to give it one more shot into the corner. He slides up the racetrack. Lambert with the advantage off the 4th corner. Give it to Lambert. He's in the show. Justin Prescott held off a late charge from Jake Grout to win heat number 2. And the former IACT winner here at Thompson, Justin Prescott, will roll off from the outside pole position here tonight at Thompson.
Taking you through the rest of our transfer cars, Jake Grout, the 49, second. Eric Steele, the 32, and third, followed by Brock Rouse and Jason Ricker. Then Dave Weir, Aiden Young, Richie Murray, Gary Eldred, and Brandon Lambert take the front door into the main event. 10-lap last chance race now coming to the grid, because we're going to set the rest of the field here for the main event.
So here we go. Drivers in the LCQ. And we got a few of them here. We start off on full.
Nick, I think I see what happened here. Is
I
that
think iRacing decided to not transfer 10.
I think iRacing decided to do some things on its own, because we were originally planning to do 4 heats, transfer 5. Then it came out as 2 heats, so I think we all just thought, oh, that must mean we're transferring 10. But no, iRacing decided to do 2 heats, transfer 5. So, yeah, that happened, guys. So we're going to have 12 cars coming out of the last chance race, but, you know, just a little more time to in the sunshine for the Hideaway by the Bay.
It's always something with iRacing here. She's a fickle beast to try to tame.
Don't you love when a plan just doesn't work?
Oh, you love it when it just has a mind of its own and we meticulously set up a race session only for iRacing to say, you know what? I don't like the way you did that. I'm going to do it.
But anyway, we've got some cars on the track, Nick, so let's introduce you to them. We got the white 13 of Ty Delphi on the pole, and the 47 of Dave Weir. The black and orange 13, Bobby Eldred, 69, Aiden Young in row 2.
Then we have Richie Murray outside, JJ Goodboo inside of the 92, Gary Eldred, Kyler Davis, Brandon Lambert, Cooper Bouchard, Hayden Bushy, Randy Cole, Mike McCaskill, Cam Beatty, and Luke Shannon round out the LCQ. That is going to take the most cars of any LCQ in history. We're underway here at Thompson.
Ty Delphi in the 13 away with it, as they are already 3-4 wide in the back of the field. The 77 Lambert drops to the rear. Dave Weir in the 47 rides in second. Black 13 of Eldred was looking to his inside, still looking to the inside as they head down the front straightaway.
Side by side racing throughout the field. Everybody trying to settle their spot for the starting lineup for the IACT Hideaway by the Bay 100. Bob Eldred with a big moment down there on the inside of the racetrack, but he's going to hold on to third. Now Randy Cole in the 55 is all sorts out of shape. He's going to drop all the way back to 15th, 3 spots out of the money.
That allows the blue and black 13 of Lukey Shannon to inherit the final transfer position.
Oh, and we're going to crash in front of him.
Tyler Davis gets turned around, Richie Murray into it, Gary Eldred scattering, and the yellow flag is out here at the virtual Thompson Speedway.
Well, they got 3 wide fighting for position there in turn number 3, and it just all came apart, and it happened when Richie Murray made contact with the 1 of Kyler Davis. As we take a look here, gathering up our iRacing replay, let's take a look.
Oh, you
Murray
see
hits the wall.
Yeah, Murray gets in the wall and it stacks the field up, and then more contact going into turn 3.
Gary Eldred involved in the 08. 3-car spin, but some significant contact for the 1 of Kyler Davis there. And Richie Murray has some damage as well. He's actually brought the Chicken Auto Parts machine down to pit road.
Oh, yeah. Seeing on the replay, Murray kissed the wall pretty good coming out of turn 2. It wouldn't surprise me if he got to turn 3 and the thing just didn't want to turn from how hard he hit the wall coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, I would agree there. Kyler Davis is also down pit road in the number 1 machine. He is brought that car pit side here. We'll see if he can get back out in time. Pace cars coming around. It's going to be tight for these drivers if they want to have a chance at making the race here.
Their virtual pit crews working hard on those machines. Lights are still on the pace cars, so they will get at least one more lap to get everything situated in a 10-lap or 15-minute consolation race, whichever happens to come first. Ty Delphi in the best spot right now, leading the show, trying to lock up an 11th starting position in the main event. He'll have Dave Weir, Aiden Young, and Bob Eldred staring down the barrel at him as we go back green.
Kyler Davis has left pit road here, and with caution laps not counting, he should be able to tag right back on the end of the field. Richie Murray in the 08, he is still on pit road with some pretty heavy damage. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can make it out of pit road before we go green here. And Michael, it looks like the lights are off on our iRacing pace car as you see Murray speed off from his pit stall here. He'll make it back onto the end of the field. Lights are down. Ty Delphia chooses the outside lane. David Weir to his inside. We're about ready to go back racing.
Murray makes it back, but he is going to have some work to do for the former IACT winner to transfer into the main event. Keep an eye on him at the back of the field as Ty Delphia leads the field, takes the green. We're back underway.
Delphia with the jump into turn number one. Weir trying to hold on the inside lane, but Bob Eldred wants to steal second in that gold and black number 13. Look at the chrome on that machine. Very good looking there for Bob Eldred as he puts the fender to the right rear quarter panel of Dave Weir, trying to take over second.
13's feeling lucky right now. Delphia leading. Bob Eldred has to drop back going to the third spot. Decides not to push the issue, knowing they're both well in a transfer spot. They're still side by side in the back of the field, though. The 92 JJ Goodboo inside the 7 of Cooper Bouchard, banging doors with Cameron Beatty down the back straightaway.
Yeah, it is not calm whatsoever around this transfer spot. They are 3 wide back there as Kyler Davis in the 1. He's going to jump to the outside of Brandon Lambert. This is for that 12th and final transfer. Brandon Lambert on the inside in the 77. Kyler Davis with the wounded number 1. Smacks the wall a bit, but he has that preferred outside lane right now. In position now is Kyler Davis to move on here on lap number 7.
That drop kicks Brandon Lambert to the first man out, Gary Eldred, and the 08 of Richie Murray just not even able to keep pace with the field at this point. On a tough break for Murray as we now have 3 laps to go in this one. Kyler Davis on the bubble, maybe looking for a little insurance now, going to the inside of Randy Cole in the back chute.
Kyler Davis trying to get every spot he can muster up here as we come around with just 2 laps to go now in the last chance qualifier. Once again, 12 cars qualify out of this race. Ty Delphia is the leader with Dave Weir second and Bob Eldred third.
Front few cars have spread out a bit, but from 5th on back, still getting interesting. The 13, Lukey Shannon, looks to the inside of Cameron Beatty. Nothing doing there. They are headed to back straight for the final time. Cameron Beatty again making the bid on the inside of Bouchard.
Coming off of turn number 4, it's going to be Ty Delphia in the 13, taking home the LCQ victory over Dave Weir and Bob Eldred. And at the line, Kyler Davis is going to hold on to the final spot as we see trouble after the checkered flag. Randy Cole is involved there, but it is going to be a very large amount of drivers, some heavy hitters missing the show here. You look at guys like Richie Murray, Brandon Lambert, Gary Eldred, all going to have to pack it up and try again next week.
Matthew Pepin also unfortunately did not make the call for the B feature. His night ends early, but the field is set. Lukey Shannon, JJ Goodboo, Hayden Bushy, Mike McCaskill among those racing their way in through the back door. And now we have a 5-minute warm-up session. 5 minutes to get the heads, the shoulders, the hands, the everything dialed in for this 100 lap event. I would say they were dialing in the setups, Nick, but that's already taken care of for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is by our good friends over at RKM Setup Shop, Ryan Kuhn and the boys over there at RKM, providing us with another fantastic setup for this race here tonight, as they have been for the last 3 seasons on IACT. Should be a good one as we get another great setup from RKM Setups. Thank you very much to them. But Michael, tonight's race sponsored by a new sponsor here to IACT in 2026, and I can't say as if I've ever seen a sponsor of this type in racing, but I'm all about it. Hideaway by the Bay,
Out of
just outside.
Sunapee, New Hampshire, Nick.
Yes,
Vacation home rental by the beautiful waters of Lake Sunapee. Escape to the serenity of Lake Sunapee and experience the perfect blend of relaxation and adventure. It's nestled 4 minutes away from the base of Mount Sunapee ski area, offering not only a peaceful respite but also convenient water access and even a 20-foot boat slip for aquatic adventures. 7-bed cabin perfect for you, your family, and maybe even some friends to get away and make memories on the most beautiful lake in New Hampshire. Find them on Facebook, search for Hideaway Sunapee, and book your getaway today.
You know what? After the winter we've had, I think I'm not a big skier, but I assume that this would be a great place to go for like a winter adventure trip. I want to go there in the summertime. I want to go out there on the boat and hang out on the dock. That sounds real good right now as we sit in the negative temperatures, doesn't it, Michael?
Indeed, 365 days a year you can get away and hide away behind Sunapee, New Hampshire. And also remember the IACT series once again brought to you by GossCars.com. Why go Goss? The greatest experience available, led by the Customer Bill of Rights, which means you have the right to courteous and professional treatment, honest information, prompt and efficient service, clear financing and purchase details, a no pressure environment, and much, much more. Whether you're looking for a new Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, or Chevrolet, go to gosscars.com. And remember, Nick, go, 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 Goss has got it.
That never gets old, Michael. Never gets old. And we love our wonderful partnership with GossCars.com and the Goss family of dealerships. Look for them to be sponsoring an individual race as the year goes along as well. It's going to be a fun action packed schedule this year on the IACT tour. And as we get ready here for our feature, it looks like the cars are setting up on the front stretch, Michael. We are just about ready to go racing for 100 laps in the Hideaway by the Bay 100.
100 laps, $150 to win, and points towards the 5-race GossCars.com IACT Championship. Ryan Kuhn, no surprise, the early point leader after sweeping all 3 segments of the Milk Bowl. But he is has a sub this week. Ryan busy down at New Smyrna Speed Week, so can't excuse me. Kyle Goodboe subbing for him, earned 8 points for him with a second place finish in the qualifier, but per IACT procedures will have to drop to the rear to start the Hideaway by the Bay 100. So keep an eye on him as he tries to work through the pack.
And as we get to our starting lineup here, the pole sitter for this event is the 45 of Casey Beatty. So close last week. He finished second to Ryan Kuhn. Justin Prescott, a former IACT winner here, will roll off second. We will see is if the field is going to move up a row. I believe they will. But starting third, or the outside of row two, is going to be Jake Grout in the 49. He's getting ready for his rookie season in the street stocks at Thunder Road. Going to be a guy to keep an eye out for all season long. And yes, it looks like the inside lane is going to pull up here, Michael. So we can go ahead with the driver who's going to be on the inside of row number two.
Oh, sorry, Nick. I was busy watching Kyle Goodboe do some agricultural racing on the front stretch as he dropped to the rear of the field. But he was just having fun. So it's going to be the 12 of Tony Quadros in the sponsor's car who will inherit the third spot on the inside, Grout alongside. The 24 of Alan Young failed to make the show last week, but will move up to the 5th spot to start this main event. 32 Eric Steele alongside him, then the 68 of Lucas Sidney, and the former ACT crew chief Brock Rouse will start 8th in the 70 machine.
Ty Delfio on the LCQ. Jason Rickert to his outside. David Weir, Bob Eldred, Aiden Young, Cooper Bouchard, Cameron Beatty in the 45, Lukey Shannon, JJ Goodboe in the 92, Randy Cole, Mike McCaskill, Kyler Davis, and Kyle Goodboe, I should say, rounding out the field. The pace car about to make the left turn to pit road And the Hideaway by the Bay 100 is underway.
Great jump for the 45 of Casey Beatty. Pulls out by several car lengths going to turn number 1. 04 Prescott falls back into the clutches of Quadros, but able to get the run off the outside and clear him. It'll be Quadros and Grout now going door to door for third.
The field settles themselves down. Drivers looking inside, looking outside. The outside lane is the preferred groove here at the Thompson Speedway for these late model machines. As we see back in the field, a little bit of contact there. Brock Rouse gets into it with Bob Eldred, and shooting the bottom is Jason Ricker in the 9.
Jason Ricker, glad to put aside the pencil sharpener, the ruler, the everything else that's required of a technical inspector and pick up a steering wheel tonight. Trying to work his way through the field. He is in the 9th spot very early in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. Most of the first half of the field is stretched out, but plenty of slicing and dicing in the back of the pack as folks try to make their way through.
Yeah, they are still working it out in the back of the field as you see some side-by-side racing. JJ Goodboo, 92. Kyler Davis going 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. McCaskill's going to back out of it. Around goes McCaskill. Around goes Kyle Goodboo. And we will see. Well, we see a caution here. Not yet. Everybody going to keep it going. Going to stay green flag racing here early on in the action.
Everybody underway, but a tough break, especially for Kyle Goodboo in the sub-roll. Now going to have to come from way out back in the field. That is not the concern, though, of your leader, Casey Beatty in the 45. Second place last week in the Milk Bowl, trying to do one spot better. The 04 Prescott has closed back to within a car length or so here with 5 laps complete.
Yeah, Beatty got a great jump in the 45, but Prescott, he's back within a couple of car lengths as they come around through the corner. Jake Grout following suit. Eric Steele right there as well in 4th. A little bit of a gap back to 5th place, Tony Quadros, but these front 4 getting closer and closer. They're not quite under a blanket yet, Michael, but in a few laps they might just be snuggling up together.
Oh, well, on a cold winter night like in the Northeast, maybe that's not such a bad thing, Nick. As we watch on the screen the 12 of Tony Quadros, the 5th place man trying to hold off Alan Young, and the 68 of Lucas Sidney. Young thinks about the inside, but Tony Quadros has him covered. He'll settle back in the line.
Yes, he will. This is going to be a race where you really want to take care of your tires. You do get one extra set to change at any point, but you don't want to run through either set. If you go hard for every lap of this race, you can have your tires worn out in 35 laps. So that's not going to work when you have 2 sets and it's a 100 lap race. So there is going to be some tire saving in this race. You're going to have to be able to set your pace and make sure that you're going to be in a spot here when it comes to the end of this race. You do not want to be behind the 8 ball on the tires.
Indeed, but then that also begs, do you pit early and then save, or do you try and run it long and go to the end? You can have a great plan, but we just got to hope it comes together. As we watch on the screen, you're seeing double, folks. 2 13s going nose to tail. The orange 13 of Eldred in the 10th spot, and the blue 13 of Lukey Shannon right behind him trying to come up through the field.
Yep, Eldred had a really rough week last week at the IACT Milk Bowl. Having a much better showing here so far. Needs the points. Got to make them up here, especially with the way Casey Beatty's running right now. Eldred trying to stay in contention. He was, if you remember correctly, Michael, he was a contender down to the final race of the season last year. But Shannon putting the move on here. There's a little bit of contact. Eldred has to hold on to it. And here comes Brock Rouse and everybody else. Oh, and they're in the wall.
Oh, no. Oh, we got one over. JJ Goodboo upside down and up over the wall in the 92. A wild ride. Aiden Young involved in it as well. And the first caution of the night is out for a huge wreck off the first turn.
My goodness, JJ Goodboo out of the park in turn 2 here at Thompson. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the replay here and see what happened. They just stacked up and, oh, he didn't even hit anybody. He hit a bump in the infield. Flipped over the wall and almost into the pond off of turn 2.
Oh, man. Definitely having some shades of Jimmy Horton Talladega 93 right there. If you're old enough to get that reference, congratulations.
As
As
shades of
Goodboo
Jason
just,
Terry at the Labor Day Classic.
and another number 92 for that matter. 13 of Bob Eldred on pit road, along with the 72 of Kyle Goodboo. As we check the replay again one more time, the 70 of Rouse and the 13 of Eldred get together, and there was a whole crowd of cars behind them. And then it was Katie bar the door from there.
Yeah, they just, I mean, I think Brock Rouse just went for the spot that wasn't there. I mean, Eldred was really struggling. He was having some issues on the top of the racetrack. He had almost hit the wall, and Rouse, I think, just thought he cleared him and created a big mess. And then, yeah, noted: do not go through. Do not try to cut turn one at Thompson. As you can see, the 92 was just barely has taken himself off of the turn two wall. It looked like he was trying to back his car down off the wall, but not going very well. And I don't think his car is going to drive all that great after barrel rolling through turns 1 and 2 at Thompson.
That was just the virtual record crew trying to figure out the best way to get him off the wall, Nick. As we get update from the pits, the 47 Dave Weir has been on and off pit road. He's now rejoined the tail along with the 13 of Bob Eldred. 72 of Kyle Goodboo just now rejoined the field. The 92 of JJ Goodboo still there as the field is doubling up and getting ready to go back racing, Nick.
Getting ready to go here. No fast repairs tonight for this 100 lap event. So JJ Goodboo is probably going to be on pit road a while. And yeah, you do not want to get involved in a wreck of any way, shape, or form. But we're 13 laps in, or 17 laps in, I should say, to this race. Green flag about to come back out, and here we go.
It is 13, Nick. The ticker does a funny thing where it counts caution laps and then resets back to the end. It's gotten me too, so don't worry about it. As Beatty the lead and Eric Steele around the outside in the 32, a great boost of momentum picks up the runner-up position.
New second place runner is Eric Steele as the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4 and back down the front straightaway. You see Jake Kraut to the inside. Oh, Alan Young gets sent spinning in front of the field, and everybody is gonna miss it. Wow.
Oh, man.
Tony Quadros comes to a stop, but that was right in front of the field from about 4th place, Michael, and a lot of drivers had to take evasive action to miss that spin.
Indeed. Alan Young and Jake Grout racing for the 3rd position comes apart entering turn 1 as we take a look at the GossCars.com ACT replay. Just a little bit of contact as they're heading towards turn 1. Sends the 24 in the slide for life. The 12 did get into him a little bit, but everyone else able to take evasive action there.
I can't believe neither of them were hit by anybody else. There's oncoming traffic, and they were right in the racing groove. We saw some cars go high, some cars go low. And Michael, this is just like the other crash in turn 1, just 2 guys racing for the same spot, same real estate on the racetrack. And look at these cars go flying by, inside, outside. Can't believe nobody hit the 24 Young or the 12 Quadros. Just crazy.
Very fortunate there. As Nick, we are going to give a pit report. We do have some cars on pit road. The 3 Mike McCaskill heads to pit road in this caution. So does Aiden Young, Tony Quadros, and Kyle Goodboo back on pit road early as well. And this one has not been going the way that Kyle Goodboo hoped as we see Mike McCaskill head past him returning to the speedway.
Yeah, not the way Goodboo was hoping that this would go. Subbing for Ryan Kuhn, last week's winner. He's had to come from the back. Got involved in the early spin where everybody was told to keep it going. And now back on pit road. Good news is, though, Michael, we've only completed 15 laps here. He's still got plenty of race to work himself back up to the front of the field.
Indeed, he does. He remains on pit road, though. The 24 of Alan Young has also made a late visit to pit road. But while we have a minute, Nick, why don't we tell everyone about the rest of the GossCars.com IACT schedule. Tonight, the second event of the year, the Hideaway by the Bay 100, but still 3 more huge events coming up in the 2026 season.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a big schedule coming up next week. The Throwback 200 at North Wilkesboro, 7:30 p.m. for the broadcast on that. Everybody's going to run their best throwback paint schemes. 200 laps around North Wilkesboro, can't beat that. Then the yearly Sobo Shootout at South Boston, February 23rd, and we finish it out with the most prestigious race on the IACT calendar, March 2nd at Nashville Fairgrounds. It's the Doug Hoare Memorial 146.
But first, the business at hand. Pace car is in. We are ready to go back racing. 45 Beatti, the 32 of Eric Steele. Take the green into turn number 1.
Oh, and we got a car that goes sliding down the racetrack. It's Cam Beatti. We had a couple cars in the wall off of turn 2. Everybody's keeping it straight, but they're 3 wide through the first set of turns and back down into 3 and 4. Still some 3 wide battles. Everyone jockeying for position here early on in the Hideaway by the Bay 100.
Yeah, not a whole lot of saving going on these restarts, Nick, is everyone trying to take advantage of the opportunity and get whatever spots they can before the field is sprung out. Keep an eye on that one of Kyler Davis. He is on a mission, slicing his way up through the field. Kate was one of the last cars in through the B feature, already into the top 10 and looking for more on the inside of Jason Ricker. Oh, they touch! Ricker gets collected. Davis around. Announcer jinx in action as Davis goes flying and the yellow is out.
Unbelievable.
Oh, and Rouse piles
Davis
into Hayden Bushy as well after the fact. They are scattered everywhere.
And Kyler Davis is crab walking the number 1 machine back to, oh, he'll stay going this time by, but that car had enough. A big crash on the backstretch takes out a number of competitors, and you were right, Michael. You jinxed him, but Kyler Davis had driven from the back of the field all the way up to 12th or to 10th at the time of caution, and now, unfortunately, that one car is just about destroyed. Let's take a look at a replay.
Indeed. There's a bunch of cars coming to pit road as well. We'll update you in just a moment, but here on the replay, yeah, just
They come
Ricker
together
and
off
Davis
2.
racing hard.
Oh, Bob Eldred heavily involved too. Mike McCaskill in there. You see Kyle Goodboo's going in the infield again in the 72. The night just continues to get worse for the 72 car. I don't think he has too much damage, though, but we have a lot of damaged race cars down on pit road now, and a lot of drivers that might have just seen their night come to an end here on lap 18 of 100.
Indeed. Kyler Davis, Randy Cole, others in as we're going to watch the replay again from the cockpit of Brock Rouse. And just tattoos the 9 of Ricker. Gets it rolling, and then the 15 of Bushy has to get in the binders and a second tattoo job.
My goodness. Tough break there for Brock Rouse. He thought he was clear of it. Here comes another guy, just stopped right in front of him. And he drives right underneath another car. Oh, my goodness.
Sorry about that, Nick. Randy Cole is returning to the track in the 55, but Kyle Goodboot, Jason Ricker, Bob Eldred, among those still on pit road, and they're going to have to hustle. I do see Eldred getting it going, but lights are out on the pace car, and we are going to be going back racing, and it looks like Casey Beatti has chosen the inside this time in the 45, as on the screen you see Kyle Goodboot and others finally making their way back on the track.
Yeah, Kyle Grout and Beatti there they kind of act as teammates in the iRacing sphere. So I'm wondering if this might be one of them teammate restarts here as they come to green. Beatti and Grout, we're back underway.
Eric Steele giving him the bump draft down the front straightaway. Casey Beatti says, "Thank you, kind sir," out on top once again. Steele the inside for second, trying to make some moves there. The 13 of Philadelphia, look out!
Around Down goes Grout, Prescott, Lucas Sidney, Alan Young, Hayden Bushy all involved. It came apart in turn 3. They tried the teammate restart, Beatty and Grout, and it just did not work for the 49 of Grout, as his car now in a world of trouble coming back down the front straightaway, but some hard hits there in turn number 3.
Second time in less than 20 laps this event, Nick, that cars fighting for a stop in the top 3 have gotten together as we check the replay. The 49, the 32 get together entering turn number 3. And you see Grout up in the wall. Oh, gets a little bit of a clip from Justin Prescott. And then a bigger clip to the right rear of Lucas Sidney. Oof.
Cooper Bouchard just missing that in the 7 machine. And you see Bushy slows it down, but gets a little bit of a hit from behind from the 24 of Alan Young. And I mean, it's been the same story with all these incidents today so far, Michael. It's just guys going for the same piece of real estate, whether it's the entry of turn 1 or the entry in turn 3. That's just where the problem has been as we ride on board. I believe that's with Cooper Bouchard there in the 7 machine. Great job by him to avoid the carnage there, but tough break for Jake Grout. Justin Prescott, you've got to wonder how much damage he has. He's sitting in 3rd, and visually you can see the right front of his number 4 machine, 04 machine is tore up. Yeah, carnage taking over here early on. This field's going to thin itself out really quickly.
Pit road busy once again. The 68 of Lucas Sidney rejoining the field after being in the pits. I saw Kyler Davis still on pit road. So is the 70 of Rouse, the 49 of Grout. This has created a lot of moving and shaking, Nick. That is for sure. Casey Beatty still the leader, but Ty Delphia now, through no fault of his own, all the way up to the number 2 position on this restart. What a run early for Delphia.
Yeah, Ty Delphia, he won the LCQ. Got to get the 11th starting position in this race. He's worked his way up through the field, avoided the catastrophes. And now, here on lap number, coming to green here on lap number 19, Ty Delphia is going to be on the inside with an opportunity to take the lead, but we haven't seen anybody be able to get past Beatty tonight. We'll see if that changes here.
That whole outside row, Nick, has had some movers and shakers. Lukey Shannon, the 13, started 17th. Mike McCaskill started 20th, but they are cutting through the field early. We are back under green, though. Casey Beatty on the outside again gets the jump, and they're going to go side by side for second between the 13s. Delphi on the inside and Shannon on the top side.
A little bit of contact there for second place as they all hold on to it for now. Shannon, top sign, trying to get past Delphia. Delphia is going to try to slide up. No! And around goes Shannon. Shannon spins to the infield. We stay green for the time being. Shannon down into the infield, staying green as they're going to, it looks like Prescott's going to take over second. And is that Mike McCaskill up to 3rd, Michael?
That is Mike McCaskill up to 3rd from 20th on the starting grid, just avoiding the carnage. And man, Nick, there has been a lot of carnage at the front of the field tonight. So honestly, if I was any of those guys, I'm not sure I'd feel safe right about now.
Right, you'd think the front would be safe, but that 2nd and 3rd place spot is where we've seen all the incidents in this race. But nonetheless, Casey Beatty leads, and now we have a yellow flag on the speedway. Let's see what it's for. Hayden Bushy is around off of turn number 4. We'll see what brought out the yellow, but the 15 of Bushy has spun. We'll take a look here on our iRacing replay presented by GossCars.com. Take a look. Lucas Sidney dives it in, and they bounce off each other. There goes the 15. Everybody avoids him, and the yellow comes out.
Yellow back out on lap 23 of the Hideaway by the Bay 100. A few of these drivers, Nick, already feeling like they could use some time at Hideaway Bay, the way things have been going. And let's keep an eye on pit road here. Looks like the 13 of Ty Delphia is coming in, Nick. So, but no, he decides to stay out. I was starting to wonder if that might be the start of the tire changes. But nope, it actually looks like Ty Delphia is being given an EOL penalty under caution for the incident that put Lukey Shannon into the infield grass earlier on.
Oh yeah, they had made some contact, and Shannon got sent to the infield. So Delphia will have to take the EOL and go to the back of the field. Lukey Shannon makes a little swerve at him there as he goes on by. But the good news, Michael, still plenty of time left in this race. They're coming to green right here, quickie yellow here on lap number 23.
Casey Beatty's going to have another new dancing partner, the 04 Prescott. Oh, look out! Aiden Young gets turned around. 55 Cole goes sliding through the infield.
And we are staying green, as has been the calls so far. And problems on the backstretch, perhaps. Everybody's going to keep it going. There's a whole bunch of bumping and banging down the backstretch. Everybody keeps it straight so far. Organized chaos here in the IACT Winter Warm-Up Series, but Beatty has taken the lead once again with Prescott second, and getting up to third. Cooper Bouchard in the 7 machine is up to third. McCaskill fourth, and Dave Weir is in fifth.
Nick, it feels like some of these guys are not racing like they want to be done in time to catch the end of New Smyrna tonight. As you see the 12 of Quadros and the 9 of Rickard getting together, a little bumping, a little banging. Oh no, and Bob Eldred gonna pay the price as Alan Young gets him.
Alan Young, Bob Eldred come together. And we are under caution again here at Thompson. We'll see what happened here. We got our iRacing replay queued up, and let's take a look.
Courtesy of Brian Hoare piloting the chopper here. Yeah, you see the 9 and the 12 got together, and then maybe it was just Bob Eldred was trying to take advantage of the 12 checking up, but man, another incident between some good running cars puts us under yellow.
Yeah, I mean, guys, just going too hard for the spots here at the early juncture of the race. We're on board here. Let's take a look. See, Quadros gets set high, and yeah, they just come together off of 2, and Eldred down to the infield. Looks like he was able to stop it just before hitting the wall. That's helpful, at least. But yeah, multiple cars involved in this one as well.
I kind of feel bad, Nick. I feel bad, Nick, but it kind of feels like Bob Eldred has become Pinball Bob the first week and a half of the season with how much he has just gotten bounced around. First at Southern National and now here at Thompson, as he is back on pit road along with Alan Young, Brock Rouse, and Jake Grout as they continue to try and get their machines righted after some early incidents.
Yes, the parade to the pits begins here, or I guess continues, we could say, as Alan Young is going to make his way off of pit road. We'll see who else is still down there. Kyler Davis has a lot of damage to fix. JJ Goodboo has not returned to the racetrack after flipping off of turn number 2. Bob Eldred's still down there. Brock Rouse has a lot of damage to fix, and Jake Grout as well. Heavy damage for him in the 49. But the lights should be going down on the pace car this time around, and Casey Beatty and Justin Prescott, those are the only 2 that have been safe to this point as we get ready to go back green flag racing here in 1 lap's time.
Indeed, it will be Beatty and Prescott on the front row. Then the 7 of Bouchard, the 3 of McCaskill, 2 Thunder Road veterans in row number 2, the 47 of Dave Weir, and holy Toledo, take a look who is up to 6, Nick. Kyle Goodboo, who's been on and off pit road all day, all of a sudden going to be restarting on the outside of row 3.
Where did he come from? Goodboo has been involved in like 3 different spins. He's been in the infield a bunch of times. Some of it's been his own doing. Some of it has been other people's doings. But here he is in 6th place as we get ready to go back to green.
Fortunes are turning in a hurry in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. But one person whose fortunes have remained the same is the 45 Casey Beatty. Unchallenged as, Kyle Goodboo gets planted in the wall in turn 1. Lukey Shannon around, yellow flag back out. Nick, I did it again.
Yeah, I think we got to stop shouting people out at this point.
Well, Nick, we did have that really strange Duncan commercial last night, the Super Bowl featuring Jaleel White. And right now, I just want to say, did I do that? We'll take a look at the replay as I stop making weird noises.
Let's take a look. Everybody's just getting bottled up. And, oh,
Ooh.
it looks like he might have caught the back end of Bouchard, and then just everybody was also spinning, I think, in separate incidents. We'll see here from a different
Scramble
angle.
to avoid, if you were. Okay,
Yeah.
looks like we're going to enlist Brian Hoare up there in the chopper again to give us a look at what happened, Nick. Tell us what you see here as they came on the restart.
Well, those are about the least smooth restarts I've ever seen in my life. And, oh, I think we lost the replay.
It looks like we're going to be going back to green, Nick. That's why I didn't want to miss the start of the race.
Yep.
The restart of the race, I should say.
The restart of the race. It's Casey Beatty again with Justin Prescott to his inside. Green flag back in the air. Can we get through turns 1 and 2? Let's find out together, Michael.
We did make it, and the yellow flag, though, back out.
We did not. Alan Young spins in turn number 2.
And just to follow up, Nick, we saw the 72 Goodboo in the wall, but it looks like the car was called for the incidents that happened after him, so he did get to come back up into his starting position. As we see on the replay, Alan Young looks like he got a helping hand from Lukey Shannon there heading into turn number 1.
Yeah, and caution coming out. Lukey Shannon going around. And we are back under yellow as the 20s of this race have just not been very helpful.
Well, the 20s haven't been kind to a lot of people, Nick, so perhaps no surprise.
Yeah.
Now here's a question, Nick. I mean, with all stop and go of the cautions, does this affect when someone might decide whether to pit?
I don't know. I mean, I think there is a lot of stop and go, but the caution laps aren't counting. So, I mean, theoretically, you're going to run the same amount of laps on your tires here, but I mean, typically the way these races have been going is they start with a lot of they've been starting with a lot of calamity, and then they calm themselves down for the second half. So I don't know. I don't want to pit for tires too early and be caught on an old set if this race is a green flag running.
We will see what happens. We'll see if we can put some green flag laps under our belts, as it'll once again be Beatty, your leader, the 04 Prescott in second, green flag once again, and what a shock. Once again, it's Beatty on the outside with the advantage.
Beatty takes control. Down the back straightaway they go. We'll see if everybody can get it sorted out. Everybody playing nice with McCaskill on the outside making a move for second.
McCaskill brushes the wall but keeps right on plugging. Prescott with a good run though into turn number 1, holds on to it. Jason Ricker, another driver, having recovered from an early incident. He's up to 4th, and Eric Steele on the outside in the 32 breaks into the top 5 once again.
Eric Steele making his way back up through the field after the incident earlier on. All the yellows have been helping him. It's barely been 10 laps ago since he was in the incident with Jake Kraut, but he's got it figured out now and pushing back for a top 5 running position. As Jason Ricker's up there too in the 9 machine. He's had his fair share of trouble as well in this race, but once again back into a competitive spot right now on the racetrack.
The stop and go nature, Nick, has created a lot of comers and goers in this one. We thought we would have comers and goers for the tires, but the many incidents have helped it as well. As up into the screen, we're looking at the 12 of quality, the 16 of Lucas Sidney battling for position. But up ahead, we're going 3 wide for 3rd spot on the back straightaway. Eric Steele, the inside the 32.
Steele slides it down through turn 3. Ricker's going to get the advantage. The meat in the sandwich comes out on top there, as McCaskill now tries to go topside and get an advantage on Ricker. Cooper Bouchard joins the conversation in the 7 machine, but the battle for 3rd heating up Ricker on the inside tries to slide it up the racetrack. McCaskill avoids it, and McCaskill at the line will be in third. We'll see if he can clear himself around Ricker here as they go through 1 and 2.
2 by 2, racing for the number 3 spot. McCaskill on the outside in the 3, the 9 of Ricker, then Steele, Bouchard, Dave Weir into the mix as well. The caution flag out coming out though. Some great side-by-side racing, and unfortunately the yellow's going to slow it down once again as we were taking a peek off of the back window of Ricker.
Yeah, we got a number of cars around. Tony Quadros, Lucas Sidney's spun, Hayden Bushy going around in the 15. Let's go to our iRacing replay here and see what we can't find out for this latest yellow.
Quadros and Sidney were racing for a spot inside the top 10. Oh. Looks like a bit of an accordion there, Nick. Looks like the 68 checked up to avoid getting to Delphia, and Tony Quadros tagged him, and Hayden Bushy and others, nowhere to go, just end up piling in.
Yeah, a bunch of cars getting involved there in the back of the field. Like you said, the accordion effect was real. Quadros there in the 12 car, the Sundrop automobile. Looks like Sidney might have checked up for Delphia, and then, yeah, everybody just got driven through in the back half of the field. Got Jake Grout and Brock Browse, who have just spent 20 minutes on pit road fixing their damage. They come back out on the field and almost get into another wreck. That's just been the way of the night here at Thompson so far, here on lap number 35.
Indeed. Lukey Shannon got a hard piece of that. He is on pit road as well. Kyle Goodboot, Tony Quadros, and others. Jake Grout, he's been on and off pit road after being so strong early. We're now past the 1/3 mark of the race, Nick. 35 down and 65 to go in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. Casey Beatty, we're looking out the back decklet of his car now. He's been very safe up there, and I feel like, Nick, the more they continue rattling around in the back, the more he's going to try and feel like he wants to run these tires as long as possible to avoid getting mixed up and all that, as you were thinking earlier.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is you don't want to subject yourself to going to the back of the field, because it's the way this race has been going. Being anywhere outside of the top 3 has almost been a death sentence. So there's been a lot of carnage from second, third on back. So Beatty is, I think, just happy to stay out front right now. He'll deal with the tires later.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, but we are back under green. Oh, a little bit of scrambling towards turn 1, but so far everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction.
And it's Beatty with the advantage. Drivers changing lanes. Prescott there in second. How about the reverse of the side-by-side battle that we had earlier on? Oh, Steele is in the wall. Everybody checks up. Rouse goes around in front of the field. Caution's out again.
Aiden Young gets a piece. Kyle Goodbooth through the infield. 37. Oh, Aiden Young just caught the same bump that JJ Goodbooth did earlier, but he was able to get it back on all 4 without it going over.
Well, we've seen what happens when you don't keep it on all 4, so I think we're happy that happened. But yeah, just Brock Rouse comes up in traffic, and there was 3 wide, and he just kind of drifted up, and around everybody went.
Indeed. Oh, and we see the replay there, the 69 Aiden Young catching some air. Nick, I hate to bring up bad memories, but last week we saw have to bring the cars in for fuel at the Clash. I'm wondering, are we going to have to make a fuel stop here?
Oh, well,
a ton of cars on pit road once again, but it's going to be a quickie caution, Nick. So they're going to have to hustle.
Yeah, everybody's going to have. We see. It looks like the 32 is taking tires here. Eric Steele's got the right side up on his machine. He's going to take right side tires and drive away here on lap number 37. So taking tires a little bit before the halfway break. We will see. He's going to have his hand-eye coordination at tip-top level to navigate the chaos back there. But we are back to green.
Casey Beatty once again makes quick work on the outside. Mike McCaskill, trying to follow him through from 20th on the starting grid. Mike McCaskill battling for second in the 3, but he's going around. Oh, but he got it back.
A save by McCaskill in the 3 car, holding onto it. Now pressured from Bouchard. They're 3 wide back in the field. Jake Grout is there. We've got the 13 of Lukey Shannon trying to get it sorted out. Randy Cole in the middle of it. Everybody's just willing to take every chance in the world right now here on lap number 39 of 100.
Racing like the prize literally is a week at the Hideaway by the Bay, Nick, because they all want it badly. Casey Beatty, though, the man in the catbird seat core. We got trouble on the back straightaway. Lucas Sidney out of the infield.
Lucas Sidney spins. We are staying green as the 68 spins down there in turn number down the back stretch. Everybody keeping it going so far. Casey Beatty has caught some lap cars here already for the race lead. With you got to go a ways back here. I don't even know where second place is.
Are you sure, Nick, that you're not looking at Cameron Beatty?
I'm sure I'm looking at Casey Beatty. Oh, I guess Prescott and Ricker were not showing up on my screen. Oh, what else is going to happen here tonight, Michael? But Beatty has the lead, maybe about 10 car lengths back to Prescott in second. Then it's Ricker, McCaskill, and Bouchard fighting for the 4th position with Kydelphia right there as well.
Woo, baby!
Oh, contact between the 3 and the 7. Almost sent McCaskill around. He's going to lose a couple of spots here. They keep it going. Mike McCaskill he's had a couple of moments saying he's done an admirable job holding on to that machine.
Indeed he has, but unfortunately getting drop kicked through the field. Going to surrender the 7th spot here to Jake Grout. And ahead of them, Lukey Shannon in the blue and black 13 for the 2nd time tonight has driven through the field. He is up to the 6th spot after multiple incidents, but Jake Grout looking to this inside now.
Yeah, Jake Grout. I don't know if this is correct or not, Michael. On my screen, he's showing in 7th place. He was on pit road for a ton of laps, but I don't know. We had so many yellows. Did he even lose a lap?
Not by my count, Nick. He is still giving it all he's got. Not able to get the 13 that time. Behind him, it's McCaskill, Randy Cole, and I believe that's the 15 of Hayden Bushy rounding out the top 10. Again, so many movers and shakers in this one as we are closing in on the halfway point, Nick.
It's been hard to keep track of everything going on throughout the field. Everybody coming up through and dropping back. It's been a little bit chaotic here tonight in the Hideaway by the Bay 100, but I'm not going to jinx it, but we got some green flag laps here, and it's been some good racing so far. It's good side-by-side racing here at Thompson when everybody can keep it.
Indeed it is. The virtual Thompson just as racy as the real-life Thompson. As we watch on the screen, the 13 of Ty Delphia running in 5th, trying to get the spot from the 7 of Cooper Bouchard. A current Flying Tiger driver at Thunder Road and a former Flying Tiger driver at Thunder Road racing for that number 4 position. Ahead of him, we saw a quick peak for the 3rd spot, but nothing doing it. Justin Prescott going to hold on to it in the 04.
Yeah, Justin Prescott continuing to just ride around here on in 2nd place. Prescott has gotten the win here at Thompson a couple of years ago. Just sizing up his competition right now, letting Beatty go have the lead. He says, I'm going to wait for another yellow later on in this race, make something happen then on Beatty. But Ricker is seriously starting to put the pressure on for that 2nd spot.
And while that was happening, Nick, on your screen, you saw the 13 of Lukey Shannon get shuffled way back. Appears to be up to speed now, but something happened at 13. He got drop-kicked all the way out of the top 10. That's about a 6, 7, maybe even 8 car pack there, chasing the 3 of Mike McCaskill as we are officially halfway down in this one, completing lap 51 at the line, 9 to go.
It is Shannon trying to get his way back as we go back up to the battle for second. There is Jason Ricker in the 9 machine, trying to hunt down Justin Prescott. He's got the gap to within about a car length, maybe a car length and a half. Just sizing up Prescott right now, trying to decide when to make a move or waiting for a slip up from the driver of the 04. But Justin Prescott, his only career IACT win to this point, coming at Thompson. So he's pretty good at this speedway.
Up ahead of them, Casey Beatty has caught the lap car of Brock Rouse in the 70. So far has not yet made a move on him. He's got a healthy lead, doesn't have to force the issue. But Casey Beatty leads by a large margin, but the longer he takes to get past this 70, you might see the 04 and the 9 start reeling him in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's tough when there's one really preferred group, but I feel like Beatty's had a fast enough car. There's enough crash damage on the 70 machine that they could be just fine. Oh, we got a spinner. Eric Steele is around and into the wall on the backstretch. We'll see if this brings out the yellow. Looks like there is contact with Lukey Shannon, and now the yellow flag comes out.
Oh, and Mike McCaskill in the wall on turn 4 as well, Nick.
And damage on the McCaskill Custom Carpentry Camaro for Mike McCaskill. We'll take a look here and see a couple separate incidents here. We'll take a look on our iRacing replay presented by GossCars.com. You can see the incident behind from Shannon and Eric Steele, and you can see Mike McCaskill get tagged. Oh, and then Lukey Shannon gets him too. Ooh, is right, Michael. That is correct. We'll take another look here with McCaskill. You can see him. He tagged the wall up to turn 2. Was just kind of trying to slow it down, and Tony Quadros gets into him and then spins him right back in front of the field, tagged by the 13 of Shannon. And that brings out yellow. Now, Michael, I think we're going to see some action on pit road amongst the leaders.
It's like a procession on pit road, Nick. Anybody and everybody is on pit road. The virtual pit crew's going to work. 45 Beatty, 04 Prescott, right sides only for your top 2, and they very quickly get back out on the speedway. Looks like many other cars taking 4. The 9 of Ricker appears to have taken 4. Quadras taking 4. But a very interesting move, Nick, by our leaders, deciding that track position, at least for now, is more important than getting the left side tires.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the right side tires are going to be what's most important here at Thompson. The left sides, I mean, it's good to have them, but if you think that you can get out in front and stay out of danger with those right front or with those right side tires only, I don't think it's a bad call. I think Beatty and Prescott here both made a good call, and they're going to get to retain their spots. I don't think there's any lead lap cars here that stayed out.
Actually, Nick, there are 3 cars that stayed out. The 13 of Bob Eldred did not pit. The 1 of Kyler Davis and the 70 of Rouse, who was about to get lapped. They were running in 12th, 14th, and 17th when the caution came out. But they are going to stay out, take the track position, try and catch a caution later on. I mean, all 3 of them have been bounced around in incidents, stuck back in the field, so they decided the strategy game is their best chance to try and steal one here.
They make it very interesting. So strategy coming out to play as we approach 40 laps. And report from pit road, Eric Steele done for the day. Too much damage for the 32. And to return to racing. Tough break for Eric Steele, who had a good run going here tonight. It's going to be Kyler Davis and Bob Eldred leading us to green.
Eldred on the outside gets the jump. He's got the 45 Casey Beatty, who had led every step of the way, trying to push him through, but back comes Kyler Davis. The 2 Mind Warp cars neck and neck for the lead. Casey Beatty waiting to see which one goes. Gets into the back of Eldred, but everybody hangs on.
Yeah, everybody trying to jockey for position here. You know how important that track position is here at Thompson Speedway. Casey Beatty trying to stay in front of the other drivers that just put tires on. And you can see Justin Prescott, he's getting stuck behind the 70 of Brock Rouse. Jason Ricker's gotten by, as has Lukey Shannon in the 13. So Prescott just stuck on the inside line of the racetrack, and it's going to come back to bite him here. He's going to lose a couple of spots in the process.
And up ahead of him, we got a challenge for the lead. We're watching now out the rear window of Kyler Davis. He has the lead. Casey Beatty wants to take it away. He'll duck to the inside again. Off of turn 4, it's still Davis by half a car length to the line, but Beatty is coming, and Jason Ricker trying to catch the toe along.
Kyler Davis doing a great job with that number 1 machine. You remember he was flying through the air at one point. Beatty tries to slider, and Davis knocks him out of the way. Beatty into the wall, and Davis takes the lead back. Casey Beatty is going to drop all the way back to 3rd, maybe 4th as Shannon gets underneath.
Oh, Casey Beatty with the very aggressive move to try and clear Davis, but couldn't quite hold it. Smacks the wall in turn 4. Looks like he's going to be able to keep rolling, but that allows Jason Ricker to get past him into the 2nd spot, as now Prescott and Eldred bouncing off the wall. Kyler Davis continues holding the lead, but it is feisty behind him.
This is where we're going to see what's if those left side tires are going to make a difference for Jason Ricker. Because remember, he took 4. Casey Beatty is on a 2-tire change here. And so if Beatty can blow right by the 9 here, I think that's going to show us that the left side tires weren't too important. If Ricker can hold on to this lead, maybe drive away a little bit, then I think we'll see the importance of the 4 tires compared to 2.
First, he's got to get the lead. Kyler Davis had it by a radiator cap at the line last time, and he still holds the lead this time with 63 laps down. Jason Ricker trying to make the line work. He's got the fresher tires, but Kyler Davis and Casey Beatty have the preferred groove, and right now, Nick, the preferred groove is winning out as here comes Beatty back for 2nd.
Yeah, Ricker drops down.
Trouble behind him. Justin Prescott gets turned. Jake Grout slides in as well, and we're back under caution.
Interesting to see what happened. We saw Justin Prescott had dropped back through the field after kind of getting caught on the inside lane on that restart. And Jake Grout going with him. Let's take a look on our GossCars.com replay.
Racing for the 5th spot off turn 4. The 49er Grout taps the 04 in the rear, and then he gets a huge howdy-a-do from the 15 of Hayden Bushy. They both go sliding into the infield.
Yep, and around they go. So tough break for Prescott. You see him. He caught the inside wall with the left rear portion of that car. Jake Grout involved in the contact as well. And it brings us back to the yellow flag.
Jake Grout's reaction, quote, well, shoot.
Now Justin Prescott's back down pit road, got some damage to fix, and he just picked up some left side tires as well. Might as well take them if you're going to the back of the field. So the restart here is going to be an interesting one, Michael, because Casey Beatty, he tried the big move on Kyler Davis, couldn't make it happen, and Kyler Davis was having none of it. Gave him the shove off the corner to take the lead back. Now they're going to restart side by side. You would assume that Davis is going to take the top. If you're Beatty here, what are you doing? Are you trying to get aggressive with it again? Or are you going to give Kyler Davis some space on this restart?
I think you might try and get a little aggressive, Nick, because we just saw it start to happen to Ricker that if you can't make it work on the outside, there's a whole train of cars just waiting to go around you. So I think Casey's going to decide now is my hunch is going to say now is the best chance to make it work, but we will see who is correct. And Davis not pitting, Bob Eldred not pitting either here, deciding 8 laps isn't enough of a tire advantage to work the strategy they want. We're going to see how long Davis can make it work here as the pace car is in and we're set to go back green.
Yeah, Jason Ricker getting a good, getting some luck there as well. He had just gotten passed by the 13 of Shannon, so he gets to restart from the outside. Beatty drives it deep into turn number 1, takes the lead away. Shannon trying to follow suit on the inside. There's contact.
Ooh.
Davis to the wall. Around goes Kyler Davis, and the field piles in. A big one on the backstretch Thompson.
Oh my. Lucas Sidney in it, Brock Rouse, Jake Grout, well, shoot again. As once, must be the fifth time, Nick, it's come apart in the top three. As we'll take a look at the replay. Luke Shannon did a little two-car tango with Casey Beatty get the lead, and I don't know if these guys got squeezed a little there, but they get together off turn 2. Davis can't hold on to it, and the field is there.
Yeah, Lucas Sidney came. He was slowing right down. One car came flying in there as we take another look at this replay here. One car just came completely flying in here at the end with no regard for anybody else that was crashing. Is it? Oh my goodness.
I think it's that one, Nick.
I think we found the culprit. Oh my goodness. Off break for Lucas Sidney in the 68. He went flying, but yeah, I mean, the track was blocked in turn 3. There was nowhere anyone could go. Davis just got loose off the corner. Ricker helped finish him off, and I mean, yeah, everybody's involved. Lucas Sidney going aerial there. Got the vertical.
I thought he might be trying out for the Olympics there with that vertical, Nick.
Yeah, I don't think race car jumping is a sport in the Olympics.
Well, it should be.
If it was,
I would take one more look at the in-car here. Lucas Sidney goes for the triple jump. Sticks the landing.
Flying through the air. That is not good.
Yeah. Many cars again on pit road. Kyler Davis on pit road. Mike McCaskill. Sidney is there. Jake Grout, he has been a regular customer on pit road, unfortunately, tonight. As we are going to have, Nick, it looks like 34 laps to go. Field is doubling up. Casey Beatty back on top. And Lukey Shannon, who's been up and down like a yo-yo in this one after starting 17th, he is going to be restarting in second for this one.
Here we go. Beatty and Shannon going to green with Ricker and Hayden Bushy behind. Bushy has had a bit of a struggle of a day, but here he is right there in 4th. Green flag is out, and Shannon gets the jump on Beatty. Shannon's going to dive it into the corner, but Beatty drives it deep and pulls even as they head off of 2. Maybe going to clear him, he will.
A little more difficult that time, but the end result is the same for Beatty. Your leader, Shannon, second, and Hayden Bushy off the struggle bus and running third here in the Hideaway by the Bay. Trouble, we see Tony Quadros going for a ride on Randy Cole, and we're back under caution.
Yellow flies again here at Thompson. Tony Quadros and Randy Cole get together. That is going to bring out the yellow flag. We see 3 wide here. Justin Prescott on the top side.
Prescott backs out of it.
Randy Cole, Prescott backed out. Randy Cole never, I don't think, realized that. Quadros kind of slid up, and around they all go.
And then it looked like Tony Quadros tried to go for a piggyback ride on 2 different drivers, but they both shucked him. Justin Prescott backing out there, trying to avoid a wreck, and unfortunately gets collected anyway.
Yeah, Prescott backed out of there. He really did want to avoid that accident. Already has enough damage on the car, and yeah, it's just been brutal everywhere you go in this one.
And Nick, we have received word from race control. We are going to be going to single file restarts here in the Hideaway by the Bay 100.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. And maybe we'll see single file restarts calm everybody down just a little bit for the final 30 laps of the race.
If not, Nick, then the moment we go off the air, I'm booking my stay at the Hideaway.
I think we're both going to need one here.
There's seven beds. I think we can make it happen.
We'll bring the whole IACT staff.
Lights are out on the pace car, Nick. There'll be 32 laps to go. Casey Beatty, Lukey Shannon, Hayden Bushy, Jason Ricker, and Cooper Bouchard will be your top 5 as the pace car is in.
Pace car comes down pit road. Beatty leads us to green with Shannon second. Hayden Bushy there in third. As Beatty's going to drive off of turn number 2 with the advantage and start to pull away from Lukey Shannon, who's put together a good run tonight, up to P2 on the running order.
It's battered and bruised, but he is P2. As they get 3 deep black in the pack. Sydney, McCaskill, and others, everybody gets it. What did I think they do?
Jake Grout on the inside there was just kind of waiting for him to... hard contact.
Bob Eldred pinballed again.
Bob Eldred pinballed, and the 72 of Kyle Goodboe is billowing smoke out of that machine. That is going to be a tough ending for him, as he's gaining points for last year's champion, Ryan Kuhn. And that is the end of the night for car number 72. Kyle Goodboe, tough break there.
Well, we're getting word from race control, Nick, as we're going to check this replay here to see what happened. The 72 into the 13. And Nick, we're receiving word from race control that even if Kyle Goodboe's car had not been so severely damaged, he was going to be invited to sit the rest of this one out anyway.
Yeah, tough break there for Kyle Goodboe. Is, yeah, I mean, he just drifts up the track. The 13 couldn't go any higher. And vicious contact to the wall there.
And it definitely feels like, I mentioned this last week, Nick, and when you race control, you eventually get to the point where you just have to say enough is enough, don't you?
Absolutely.
And the green flag is back out, Nick, if anybody noticed. So we are going to get back underway here with inside of 30 laps to go in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. Casey Beatty away with it once again. Yeah,
Beatty's controlled the race so far. It's been a revolving door of drivers going into second and third and fourth and go so on and so forth. But good run for Beatty. Lukey Shannon and Hayden Bushy fighting for the number 2 spot on the racetrack right now as we go to the chopper cam. Shannon has control right now, but Bushy trying to get in there. Bushy trying to get his first career podium here on IACT.
Coming from the 19th starting position. Last year, Nick, in the real racing world, he finished runner-up in points. Oh, Shannon plowing into the wall. Ty Delphia, Cooper Bouchard in it. My, oh my.
I think the 7 of Bouchard alongside with the 45 of Beatty, those were the only 2 cars yet to be involved in an accident here tonight. So we might as well get them off the checklist here on lap number 73. Let's take a look here at our GossCars.com replay, see what happened.
I think
what in the world?
I think the 13 might have lagged, Nick. I think the 13 might have lagged, and when he came back, the 15 was in the spot. But let's check our replay here to confirm.
Yeah, the 13 is just off the screen.
Yep, the 13's off the screen, and the 15 had driven into that spot when he came back. So really nothing the 15 could have done there when you literally can't even see the car in front of you.
You watch on board with Cooper Bouchard there. I mean, the car just appears in the track and he's flying through the air. Like, you can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up.
Nick, remember, in racing, you have never seen it all.
Oh, my goodness. That was, in all my years of iRacing and directing iRacing events and broadcasting iRacing events, I think that's a first. That's saying something. We've seen a couple of wild ones tonight. JJ Goodboo flipping off of turn 2, and Lucas Sidney going with the in the race car jumping, in which he got a gold medal in. And now Lukey Shannon doing internet connectivity problems.
Pace car is in, Nick. We're ready to go back to racing. Beatty, Bushy, Ricker, Prescott, and Dave Weir, your top 5, 27 laps to go in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. Beatty leads them into the first corner.
Beatty gets the advantage through. We got a spinner in the back. The 45 is around.
The other 45, Cameron Beatty.
Cameron Beatty.
And the yellow flag back out again. If you're tuning in for the first time and wondering, we do use the score forward system where we complete the lap we're on when the caution comes out. Field is frozen at that point, but the caution laps do not count once we complete that lap we're on. We have received word from race control, Bob Eldred, the orange and black 13, receiving an EOL penalty for this most recent caution.
Yep, Bob Eldred going to the back of the field.
And taking a look at the replay right here. And yep. Oh, Ty Delphia has been having such a good night. But it's gone awry for him too.
Lights are off on the pace car. Casey Beatty and Hayden Bushy with Jason Ricker in third. Green flag about to come back out.
Casey Beatty just trying to leave it all behind him with 26 to go in this one. Hayden Bushy going to try his best to steal his first GossCars.com IACT win, but Casey Beatty, runner-up last week, the former champion, firmly in control in this one.
Casey Beatty out in front. Everybody jockeying for the top 3 positions. $150 to win this race, with second paying $30 and third paying $20. And
side by side for the fourth spot, Nick. Dave Weir in the 47, Justin Prescott in the 04, and Kyler Davis. What a comeback by him. Trouble behind him. McCaskill around in the 3. Gets it pointing in the right direction, but the yellow flag is back out in this one.
Yep, the yellow flag flies here on lap 77.
McCaskill gets it rolling, was up to second at one point, but it's gone awry for him too. We can report, Nick, that Cam Beatty and Lukey Shannon have retired from the event. So the field is getting thinned a little bit. Tony Quadro's out of it earlier. So we'll see if we can figure out what happened to Mike McCaskill to bring this latest caution out.
Yeah, we'll see. He's running topside here. Damage to the right side of that car. Contact with Brock Rouse. Straightened him out, but that was the yellow.
Next time by, Nick, we're going to go back green. 23 laps to go in the Hideaway by the Bay 100. Does anybody have anything for Casey Beatty? Honestly, Nick, I think the car to watch as a potential challenger might be the one of Kyler Davis, because he has just kept fighting and fighting and fighting up to 6th. So keep an eye on him. See if he can get up there and make a run at the lead in this before it's over. But if he ends up crashing, I apologize in advance once again.
Well, we'll see what happens. Green flag back in the air as Casey Beatty leads him to turn 1. Look at Lucas Sidney down on the inside, making a bonsai move through turn 1, trying to get some spots. Kyler Davis will take back control. They'll race side by side into turn number 3.
Lucas Sidney had a rough go of it in the season opener last week. Much better this time around. Will settle back into the 7th spot. Brock Rouse behind him, all the way to the apron, trying to get around Cooper Bouchard. But Bouchard rolls it on the top and holds on to that position.
Yeah, Bouchard on the comeback trail after being involved in an incident earlier on. He's back up to the 8th position on the racetrack as we roll single file around Thompson Speedway with Casey Beatty with a healthy lead over Hayden Bushy and Jason Ricker, but Dave Weir is back up to 4th, Michael. He is now challenging for one of the money spots.
Indeed. The Tech Inspector versus the Spotter going for the final spot on the podium with 20 laps to go. Ricker in the 9. Weir in the 47. Justin Prescott and Kyler Davis right there as well. But they are getting smaller and smaller. And Casey Beatty's rearview mirror is on the screen. We see Ty Delphia take over the 8th position from the 7 of Bouchard.
Ty Delphia making moves through the field here. Bob Eldred on the comeback trail as well after that EOL. There's not a whole lot of cars out back anymore here. I believe we got 14 of our 22 starters still in the race as we see the 47 of Weir take a peek underneath Ricker looking for 3rd.
Dave Weir on the inside. The spotter for former Milton Cat American Canadian Tour champion Gabe Brown trying to take the short way around Jason Ricker, trying to fend him off. Justin Prescott right there as the laps are starting to wind down. 17 laps to go in this one as we're going to take a look at the right rear tire now of Dave Weir as he dives to the inside once again. Kyler Davis moving to the inside as well.
And Davis is going to make it 3 wide here with Weir in the
Oh,
middle.
boy.
Hold on to it. Prescott sliding for life in turn 2. There's contact in the wall. Here comes Bouchard, and around goes Weir.
Oh, man. It came so close to making it work, but Weir in the wall, and we are going to stay green in this one, Nick. We stay green. As the 9 of Ricker says thank you very much and ends up in the 3rd spot, followed by Kyler Davis, and Lucas Sidney has cracked the top 5 inside of 15 laps to go.
Lucas Sidney, he's won a gold medal for race car jumping in this event, but here he is in 5th place in the 68 car, holding on to the position as Casey Beatty clearing the lap car of Tony Quadros. Beatty with a healthy lead over the 15 of Hayden Bushy. Jason Ricker still holding on to 3rd. The 1 of Kyler Davis there in 4th, and then Sidney back in 5th.
Casey Beatty, last week's runner-up, trying to pick up the victory. The $150, the 75 points towards the championship. Beatty, the 2024 IACT champion, lost last year on a tiebreaker to Ryan Kuhn. But with Kuhn's substitute Kyle Goodboe, an early end to this night, Casey Beatty in race 2 of 5, trying to cement his case as the front runner for the title. And keep an eye, though, on this fight for 3rd. It's not done yet. Kyler Davis looking over the 9 of Ricker as behind him, Jake Grout tries to get the top 5 spot back from Sidney.
Side-by-side there, a couple of side-by-side spots in the top 5. Sidney holding firm on the outside, same with Ricker in the 9. They'll head back down for turn 3. You see Ty Delphia is trying to make a move on Justin Prescott for position as well. The battle's really starting to heat up here with 10 laps to go.
Jake Grout and Ty Delphia have been fast tonight. Unfortunately, some tough breaks for them, but doing a good job trying to salvage something here. Grout looking for 5th. Ty Delphia taking over the 7th spot. It's getting late, though, Nick. 9 laps to go in this one. 9 laps to go as Grout looks like he's going to secure 5th. Ahead of him, Kyler Davis still all over Ricker like a shadow for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Davis knows that there's a crisp $20 bill for whoever gets that 3rd spot. He wants it, and he is back underneath Ricker. They'll go side by side into turn 1. Davis trying to get all the grip that the bottom lane can muster, but the run goes to Ricker, and he slaps the wall off turn 2. That's going to open the door. Davis is going to have another opportunity to draw closer here through the center of the turn. Ricker's going to wind it back up, but Kyler Davis, I think he had him at the line that time, Michael. This is a great fight for the final spot on the podium.
Kyler Davis says, let's do the mind warp again, and he has the third spot entering turn number 3. This side-by-side has let Grout and Delphia close in, but there's a caution flag out, Nick. Caution flag with 6 laps to go.
6 to go. And the yellow flag flies. We will see what happens here. Oh my goodness, this is going to get interesting as we take a look at our GossCars.com replay. Caskell gets in there. Oh, and the 55 just kind of stopped in the middle of the corner. And they come together. You see Dave Weir going by there in the 47. He had a tough break.
Yeah, looks like Cole McCaskill may have stopped to exchange Christmas cards, belated Christmas cards there after the incident, but...
Well, here we go. This is going to be their, this might be the last shot at it that Hayden Bushy has. I mean, Casey Beatty had driven right off. And Bushy now is going to have a chance at this, but he's got to nail the restart. Beatty takes off.
Kyler Davis in third as well, but 6 laps to go. 45 of Beatty. Go away with it once again. We got a challenge for fourth behind him as well. Jake Grout, pardon me, look to the inside. Oh, Delphia head on the wall.
Ty Delphia takes down the outside wall, and smoke billows from the CDR Concrete Chevrolet of Ty Delphia, who won the LCQ tonight. He had a good run going up through the field. A couple of times he ran as good as second place in this race at one point, and it all comes apart for him here. Let's take a look at our GossCars.com replay.
He was right there where Jake Grout was looking for that poor spot, had to back out. Oh, a little tap from Lucas Sidney, and Ty Delphia getting the sponsor some recognition in all the wrong ways.
Yes, Sidney just miscalculated the corner there, it looks like. That's tough break for him. I mean, he was running up inside the top 10. We'd seen him in the top 5 at one point, but he's going to have to go to the back of the field here. So let's go down on the pace car. We'll give it one more try with 5 laps to go, I believe, at the line. Coming up here, Michael, Beatty and Bushy again. We'll see what happens.
Here they come off of 4. Green flag is in the air. 15 of Bushy trying to hang. Tyler Davis trying to time the restart as well. But it is Casey Beatty leading them to the back chute.
Beatty takes the advantage, opens it up down the back straightaway. Bushy trying to hold tight in second. Now he might have to hold off Casey or the one of Kyler Davis here more so than charge after Beatty as the laps winding down. Davis trying to get that extra $10 to make it up to second as the fight for P2 rages on into turns 3 and 4.
Battle for second, battle for fourth behind him with Jake Grout trying the inside again. But it's getting late, Nick. Just 3 laps to go in this one as we watch Grout to the inside. Ricker again makes the top side work, and Cooper Bouchard trying to take advantage now. He'll work the inside as they're coming to the popsicle sticks. 3 wide. Bouchard shoots the gap.
Bouchard gets around Grout into position number 5. Grout trying to cross him over down the back straightaway. Can't quite get there. Moves right to the back bumper. And a little bit of a tap to the 7 of Bouchard. Grout tries to wind it back up. Bouchard now goes low on Ricker looking for 4th. Great action here just outside of the top 3. Oh, and there's contact. Ricker sideways. Straightens it out, but he's going to lose a ton of spots.
And all this is happening final time in turns 3 and 4 for your leader in the Hideaway Bay 100. Coming to the line, it's going to be Casey Beatty taking the win in race number 2 of the IACT season. Hayden Bushy, career best in second, and Kyler Davis, Cooper Bouchard, and Jake Grout, unofficially your top 5 in a wild and woolly event at the virtual Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park.
That was pure chaos, but Casey Beatty survived it and will go on for the first place finish, first win of the season for the 2024 IACT champion.
The
Casey
hardest
Beatty gets it done.
The hardest contact he had all race was backing the car into the wall during the burnouts.
Yeah, I believe we went through it. He was the only car not to be involved in an incident tonight, and now he gets to burn it down on the front straightaway. Second last week, the winner this week. Casey Beatty is going to be the new IACT point leader, and he is going to join us very shortly here. We will see if we can get Hayden Bushy and Kyler Davis in here as well. But Casey Beatty, winner here tonight in a wild and crazy Hideaway by the Bay 100. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Race definitely wasn't the greatest, but happy to bring this thing out on top.
So Casey, I mean, in the record books, it'll look like you just went wire to wire to win this one, but obviously a lot of restarts you had to survive. A couple where it looked like they might get the best of you. I mean, and also just having to gain a few spots there after the pit stop as well. I mean, what was your approach to this race with everything happening around you?
My approach was to get out front as soon as possible and save tire. And this place is hard to pass, so I knew a lot of people were going to be aggressive, throwing slide jobs and running up into the guy into the outside. So I just knew I needed to get out front, keep the nose clean, and stay in one piece.
And that you did, Casey. Stop and start through all the restarts, but you were able to take it away. There was the one big moment there where you had to come up through the field after coming in for fresh tires. How were you able to get back to the lead? Even what's Ricker in the 9, who took 4 tires, was able to get by you.
Yeah, I felt 2 tires was the better play. Tighten up the car a little bit. Yeah, I know. I just kind of tried to bide my time, but at the same time, just make it quick because I knew the longer we went in the run, the more even the tires were gonna be. So felt I needed to get to the lead quick. Got there, a little bit of contact, is what it is, and then we were able to get the lead on that restart before they wrecked behind me.
Well, Casey, great run from you here tonight, and it's going to be good for the points as Ryan Kuhn wasn't here and his sub did not do all that well. So he's going to be the new point leader coming out of the race here tonight. Congratulations once again from all of us here at IACT, and thanks for racing with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Got to thank Jake Rod Designs for making this thing look sweet week in and week out. Polson Lumber Co., Creative Counters, Treyhan Towing, MRM Landscape, IACT for putting this on. You guys for staying here for the long night. Aaron for being race control. Just everybody that puts this on.
All right, well, there he is, your race winner of the Hideaway by the Bay 100, Casey Beatty. Congratulations to him. Michael, before we sign off, where are we going next week on IACT?
Next week, Nick, let's see, where are we going? We've had so much going on here, Nick, that honestly, I'm going to have to look it up. But we're going to North Wilkesboro next week, 7:30 start time for the Throwback 200, February 16th. The halfway point of the 2026 GossCars.com IACT Winter Warm-Up Series. 200 laps on another historic oval. And, it's a 5/8 mile track, but it drives a lot different than Thompson. So it'll be interesting to see what happens 7 days from now.
Yeah, 3 very unique racetracks to kick off the 2026 schedule for IACT. Southern National, you got the big sweeping corners. Thompson, here it's a battle to stay on the top side in the historic racing surface here. And then North Wilkesboro, the short little bull ring for race number 3 next weekend. Can't wait to see all of the throwback paint schemes next Monday night. So be sure to join us there.
Nick, before you go, it looks like we have gotten a hold of Kyler Davis, our 3rd place finisher. in tonight's event. So let's have a quick little chat with Kyler, who, came from dead last on the field about 17 different times. Nope.
We got him. We got him.
Times. And then, somehow ended up in third all of it, Kyler.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have even been there. I took tires, was getting repairs around lap 25. I guess it was just, unfortunately that bad of a night to where if you stayed out, you were fine.
Well, it was a good race for you, Kyler. You had a couple of big incidents there. I didn't think when I saw your car crab walking down the back straightaway, I think on lap 23, I figured we could pretty much count you out, but you had to come in through the LCQ. You just barely snuck into that, and and then you just had to keep coming up through the field. It felt like we would have a couple cautions and look up and see Kyler up there in the top 10 again. So it's just a wild night all around for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely nothing that was planned. It was unfortunate for a lot. Just it was good that we got there.
Indeed,
Right, well,
it's certainly not the way you want to get to third, Kyler, but certainly yeoman's work hanging with it through all of that.
Absolutely, it was a good time.
All right. Well, there's our third place finisher, Kyler Davis. Thank you to him for coming out. And yeah, we will see everybody next week or next Monday. North Wilkesboro for the Throwback 200. 7:30 is the post time for our broadcast. Be sure to join us, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.